back. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the Bad Bitch Club. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, self-development, and just things that make you want to boss up and become a bad bitch. Today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about how to get your shit together. I've been thinking a lot about this and what it means to be a person who has their shit together. See, at boarding school, I was the kind of person that seemed to always have their shit together, and people would approach me about this and ask me, how do you always have your shit together? I really want you to feel like by watching this and listening to my words that you feel like you can get your shit together. Trust me, I'm gonna give you a no bullshit guide, just the honest truth, what I did, what you can do. It's not hard. Get this idea out of your head that it is difficult to be a person who has their shit together. Which brings me to the first point. What does it mean for you to have your shit together? Really think about this. So I want you to imagine, for you, what does a person who has their shit together look like? What kind of energy do they carry? What kind of friends are they around? What kind of lifestyle are they living? And what does their environment look like? Once you get clear about this image of a person who has their shit together, it's much easier to actually become that person. And we have to ask ourselves, well, what does that even mean to us? And why do we want it? And usually it's for success, right? It's because you want to achieve some kind of goal, but it seems like you don't have your shit together, so you wouldn't know how to get there. I'm gonna help you. Imagine what you now would look like as a person who has their shit together. How do you feel when you think of that person? That is something that I love to do before trying to get my shit together. This video is split into steps. So the first thing then I want to speak about is priorities. First of all, as I said, get clear on what it looks like to be a person who has their shit together. Once you've gotten clear on the image, I want you to take a piece of paper and write down what is important to you. What do you actually want in life? Like your goals. If you're just watching this because you want to get your shit together and have good grades in school, then that is your goal. If it's because you want to upgrade, you want to become a better person, or you want to achieve specific goals like I want to work out regularly, I want to be healthy, I want to go after my dreams, but I feel like I just don't have my shit together. Well, write that down. Write down exactly what it is that you want. This is so important when it comes to priorities, because to be perfectly honest, when you have a list, like an actual list of what it is that you're going after or what you're trying to attain, it makes it much easier to have your shit together. So priorities. Once you've gotten clear on that, I'm gonna give you a little daily tip for how you can use a priorities list to get your stuff done. So what I suggest you do is every Sunday you write down on a piece of paper what it is that you need to get done throughout the week. So that will be the priority stuff. It would be anything that has to get done that week. And then each task, you write down how long it would take. So for instance, writing an essay. Well, if that's going to take 5 hours, then you take those 5 hours and you split it into like the days of the week where you basically have that task. And it's not like you're doing it all in one go, but you're having the time to split it up. And this can be with anything that you split it up into tasks. It helped me a lot to tackle my to-do lists and the things I had to do by writing down the time, because sometimes we think that things are going to take a lot longer than they actually take. It can be overwhelming when we look at all the stuff that we still need to do, especially when it's in our head and we don't have it on a piece of paper. We think it's a lot more. Writing that down on a piece of paper will mean that you can actually physically see it, and that way you can split it up and it's like, oh, it's not even that much, because you can see what you actually need to do. Now the next thing I would say is self-care. And by self-care, I'm talking about the outside, the environment that you're living in, and the inside, mental and physical. It's a book that I read called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, something like that. And it was written by this Japanese woman who talked about how everything that we have in our physical environment holds an energy. So in our room, we may have lots of different things, and some of them we may not need or want anymore. And having that in our environment is not good because it doesn't really align with that joy. So she would say with every object that you have in your room, you take it into your hands and you ask it, do I feel joy when I'm holding this? And if the answer is no, or you don't know, it's probably something that you should toss away. I've noticed that by getting rid of all of the stuff that I don't need anymore, it leaves more space for new things, and it also has your head more clear because you know where everything is. You're not hoarding. You're not living in a way where you're disorganized. Your outside environment has to be clean. I've noticed that to have your shit together, you have to have a clean room. The outside is usually what is going on the inside. So oftentimes I think messy mindset, messy room. That's usually how I see it. When you clean the room, you'd be surprised what it does to your mindset, that it's like it cleans up there as well. You become more clear. You become more clear-minded. Now, the other thing I would say is your body, taking care of your physical body. That could be many different things. For one thing, it's showering on the daily. I realized cleansing yourself every day is a way for you to get rid of the energy that you had the day before. So it's like you're starting every day new and you're not holding on to that energy. On top of that, it just makes you feel better. It's all about the energy. You know, in the beginning I was asking about how does a person look that has their shit together, and it's probably going to be someone clean. So making sure that you stay clean and you take care of your body in that way is going to ensure that you feel that way about your life as well. And that's the same with the tidying up. Things being organized and in their place is going to mean that your life is more like in its place. Everything is kind of flowing more than being messy and chaotic. Other thing I wanted to say is exercise and nutrition. People underestimate this one. I remember when I started running at 15 years old, that's when shit started getting good in my life. I really had my shit together. The thing is, when you exercise, you're getting rid of a lot of that pent-up energy that life can give you. Life will get stressful, especially when you're going after your goals, you're trying to have your shit together. Exercising is going to get rid of that energy. It's going to get your endorphins running, so it will make you happier. And also physically, it will mean you're taking care of yourself. There's an energy associated with it where running every day or exercising regularly, it gives you that feeling that you are taking care of your body. So it's much easier to take care of your goals and actually go after them. And eating healthy applies to that as well. You know, you feed yourself with good stuff, you feed yourself with healthy things, you feel better, you're more likely to have your shit together. Now, the third thing is attitude, and by attitude I'm referring to integrity. This word is so important. Integrity is doing what you said you're going to do. So if you say that you want to do something, if you want to go after a goal, then go and actually do it. Like watching this right now, it's like you've set the intention that you want to get your shit together. Well, actually do it though. Actually follow that. My phone ran out of storage while I was recording and I got really fed up, so I'm finishing this video on another day. So we were talking about integrity. To give you an example, what does it feel like when a friend bails on you? It doesn't feel nice. And it's the same when you bail on yourself. You say you're going to do something, but then you don't do it. Your brain learns to not trust you. And that is a big part of confidence as well, because your confidence is going to be how much you trust yourself. The more that you do what you said, you end up building more trust in yourself and you end up building more confidence, and it makes it easier to have your shit together. I realized that this is such a big thing when it comes to having your shit together. When I made the decision to go running every single day, it wasn't always all rosy. There were mornings that I got up and I didn't want to do it, but it's that I said to myself, I'm going to run every single day. I'm going to exercise because I want to have that body. That then ended up actually leading me there and building my confidence because I was continuously sticking to my word and exercising every morning. If it's difficult for you to stick to your word when it comes to a goal that you have, like I want to start exercising or I want to go after my dreams, then get visual inspiration. Make yourself a vision board, print out pictures and put them all across your room. You can't expect other people to motivate you, because I've noticed with having your shit together, it's kind of a one-man show. You have to make a decision to do that for yourself and set that intention that this is what you're going to do, and not expect people to sort it out for you or to motivate you, because there's going to be hard days when people are not going to motivate you, but you have to decide that you're going to be there for yourself. The thing is, when you do something that you usually don't do, so when you start exercising when you haven't before, it's like it will feel weird for the first 1 or 2 weeks, but then you start building a habit and it becomes much easier, and then you can build on that. So you start exercising, you want to go after your dreams, you can keep adding on more goals. Always think of the end result, think of why you're doing what you're doing. It's so important, and think again to the reason why you decided to get your shit together. Now the last thing I will say is self-love, to not be hard on yourself on times that you feel like you can't do it, on times when you just want a breather and you need to take a break. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't just want to have your shit together for 1 week. You want to have your shit together in the long run. You want to actually get somewhere in life. And that is only going to be possible if you listen to yourself and you realize, okay, well, today I'm feeling horrible, I'm feeling sad, I have my mental health to take care of today. And maybe that day you can take it a bit easier and not be hard on yourself. I know this goes against the last point of doing what you said you're gonna do, but sometimes it's like that balance of not putting too much pressure on yourself. There's a big difference between not feeling like you want to do it one day and feeling like your mental health is horrible and you're feeling depressed, you're feeling sad, whatever that may be. You have to listen to those feelings and nurture that part of yourself. Exercise personally helps me a lot still when I'm going through things. I know that it helps my mental health, but it will be different for everybody. So you need to do what works for you. That is pretty much everything I have to say about having your shit together. I really hope that this helps you get your shit together. Thank you so much for watching this, and I really, really hope it helped. Please put a comment below if you have any questions or message me. And yeah, love you loads.